Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Dear Darling, and shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today? Where, again, we have a recurring trend of late night recordings. To be fair, this time I was actually busy for basically the entire day. This had a bit of like a party, I suppose, is what I'd say. But yeah, I mean, like one thing which happened, like at the place I was having a party, is that there was like, I guess kind of like face painting. It was technically like not the same as face painting, but hold on. Good evening, everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 11:55 PM on Thursday, July 17th, 2025. Have I done a minute cryptic for today? This is the one daily puzzle I want to actually try and do, because it will slowly teach me how to do cryptic crosswords. Today's wordle partly brought about by yawning. I'm pretty sure I did this one. Oh yeah, I did do this one. It was drowsy. But yeah, I completely forgot what I was going to say, to be honest. Oh yes, so like it was basically like a big sort of festival-y like party celebration is what I'd say. It was quite relaxed, it was quite chill. But one, short your instant muscle suit. But one thing that was like it was pretty early in the morning, was something which is very classic, I think, for any sort of music festival, is to have like this sort of glittery face paint. That's why I said it's not quite exactly normal face paint. It's not like face paint like at a child's birthday party or anything like that. But it's like yeah, hold on, like let's see, festival face paint. I bet if you just Google it, you'll see it. Like the sort of glittery effect. And it wasn't quite as fancy as these. It was more just like a loads of glittery colours sort of just like around on your face. And it was pretty great, you know, it was great fun. I went like sort of very big. Like the person who was doing it, she asked me, it's like, oh, what was I want? And I was like, I don't know how specific I should get for this, but I can like make up an idea. And I was like, what about something like butterfly inspired like masquerades? And she was like, that might be a bit difficult. And I was like, okay, I'll turn it down. How about just something, you know, sort of like two sides like this? And I was like, go big or go home, you know, like why not? Let's make a statement. And it was, honestly, it looked pretty great, to be honest, and it kept incredibly well throughout the entire day. I think a lot of other people, when they got it, they kept like touching her face, and it kept like scratching off thing. But I was very conscious not to touch my face at all. So mine mainly preserved basically from. So I got it around like 11ish probably, and then like until around 11 PM, so about 12 hours or so. It came off very easily. But the bigger problem is it's essentially just a load of glitter and sequins, and every single time with like glitter and sequins obviously is the fact that it's an absolute mess trying to sort of properly clean it up. The main reason is because it gets kind of everywhere. Like when I was like first removing it, I was like, I don't know what to do, because I can't just wash my face. I don't know if these are biodegradable sequins or anything like that, so I don't know if they can go down the drain. So I just got some just like a wet, I was gonna say tissue paper, that's not right, toilet paper. I think a wet tissue probably would have worked as well, but I just started here and then like started scraping off, and then it just basically distributed it all around my face, and I was like, okay, that's not working. So then I got like a makeup removing cleanser sort of cloth thing, and I was like, we'll start doing that. And that worked pretty well. Like it removed a lot of the glue, but also a lot of it was still stuck to my face. So at some point I just was basically like, okay, I'm just gonna get as much of it off as I can, and then I'm just gonna literally just have to like wash my face with water. But even then, it didn't get a lot of it off. Like there's still like some sequins or whatever. And when I looked down, I realised I got a lot of it like over my like sort of like chest area, like underneath my like my clavicle sort of thing. And I was like, well, that's going to be a bit of a nuisance. Like, I guess I'll have a shower tomorrow morning. Because it's getting quite late right now already. Not saying I couldn't have a shower now, but I'm just like, ugh. I'd rather do it, like, tomorrow or something instead. But it's going to be a wild time. Well, it's not going to be that wild a time. But it's going to be the thing where it's a very classic thing with glitter and sequins or whatever, that you just sort of find them everywhere. You know, you put them on when you go to sleep or whatever, and you wake up and you're like, whoa, my entire pillow is like glittery or something. I'm not sure, I mean, that might not be a very relatable experience to you, depending on how frequently you don something glittery or sequiny. And I don't have many things which are glittery or sequiny. Probably partly for that reason is because I don't want things that are like glittery. Well, I don't have things of like loose glitter, I suppose. Things which are interwoven to the texture I do have. But things which are sort of just like glitter on a top or sequins on a top, I don't have a lot of those. Like very, very few. Mainly because they just kind of get everywhere. And by the way, they come off so easily if you like wash them in the washing machine. Which, you know, those sort of things kind of don't really work very well if all that glitter and sequins come off. So it's sort of just like, oh, what's a bother? But I think, you know, it's not so much in fashion anymore. It's in the sort of lull phase of fashion, because it was sort of, you know, like, to me it feels quite sort of retro, kind of. Like 80s, 90s, 2000s, I think, to have a sort of very glittery, sequiny thing. I think it depends, like, on the nature of it. Because if I think 80s sort of glittery, I think sort of like disco ball sort of like interwoven into the texture. But when I think like Y2K, I'm like, oh, you know, like sequin strings or something down the t-shirt or something like that. But yeah, that's like not really my style. And yeah, we're in a sort of portion where it's like not in vogue anymore, right? Which is good, because it means it's sort of like it's passing me by for, like I don't need to get any of that sort of outfit, but it's not, you know, it's not old enough or retro enough yet for it to sort of come back into fashion, you know. People are just like, you know, let's leave it as it is for now. Which is a-okay in my regards. With my regards, from my perspective. But still, it was, I mean, it looked pretty good, to be honest. And, like, I'm obviously not going to show you a picture, but you know, just take my word for it. It looked very nice. So I very much enjoyed it, I think. It's not something I would probably go out my way to get, but it was basically something for free. And, like, I was like, why not? So sort of just like, you might as well, at this point, sort of get it. You know what, I can do it on my thumbnail art. I can sort of give D the sort of like, not very well, I can only make it look like little beans, I suppose. A little sort of like glittery effect. It was like kind of bluish, a little bit green is what I had. Turquoise is perhaps the best way to describe it. And I had like some flecks of dark blue. Yeah, it doesn't look very good on a thumbnail art, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, the biggest nuisance of it is literally just sort of like cleaning up afterwards. I want to do, because I fully expect to wake up and just be like, oh, you like my pajamas is now covered in glitter, or like the bed sheets or something like that are now just inundated with glitter. Which is like, I mean, it's like fine, I guess, because like you can clean it up, you can like change the things, and it's not honestly the biggest issue, but it is sort of just like a, well, you know, it's just kind of like everywhere at this point, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I have just realised there's many comments I haven't responded to. By the way, my YouTube creator dashboard says new achievement, 250,000 views. Most of your views are being looked at more often. Oh, this is a completely like unrelated thing to the topic I was talking about. I think I can be a Twitch affiliate now. Like I'm in the Twitch affiliate program, which I don't know what that means for monetization purposes. I was gonna look, because I need to like set up how I get paid or something. It's like what? Path to affiliate, 2 out of 4. Nice, you met all the requirements to be an affiliate. Probably what it was on the last stream I hit all the requirements to be an affiliate, but currently I haven't met them all anymore. But I mean, I'm streaming on Sunday, so presumably I will also stream. So I also will meet that thing. I don't know what affiliate means. I think it means I can put ads or something on it, but I had to like fill out a lot of the stuff. I had to have a tax interview or something about it. I mean, I'm not going to make much money from it. The good thing about the UK, I do know about this stuff because obviously commissions is the fact that UK, like, you get £1,000 tax free from the not free trade agreement. What's it called? UK tax free. The trading allowance. For any miscellaneous income. So it basically means that, you know, for the average person, you know, unless you're actually actively making money from it, it's fine. So £1,000 would be like, oh yeah, you know, I was like selling some stuff on eBay or whatever. You know, it's not a consistent source of income, so it's untaxed, which is, you know, a very useful thing. As soon as it goes above that, though, then it starts being applied as actual tax. Like you actually, like, basically it's like under £1,000 you don't need to report it, because HMRC is kind of like doesn't care. They don't care about your you selling some cookies or something, or a cake bake sale. I mean I'm sure they care on like a human level, but they don't care on a tax level. So I mean, any of you in the UK, if you were just curious about that, there you go. Now you know. But yes, so I do need to fill that out and see what it entails. I mean, I could just look what it entails. Twitch affiliate. I don't think that means I can get subscribers or anything. I think that just means I can do adverts or something. Cheering or bits. Oh, okay, so people can donate. Subscription. Oh, wait. I can do subscriptions. What? That's wild. Okay. I didn't know I can do subscriptions. That means I need to start putting more work into my channel. Okay, you know what? That's something I'll look to do towards the end of this year, I think. Because I wanted to put, like, subscription sounds on or something. If people can actually donate, then I should actually have, like, some sort of pop-up saying stuff about it. Some sort of smooth integration, I don't know. I have to think about how I want it to be done. Anyway, that's not a point. I don't need to think about that now. I'll at least try and get it set up for Sunday stream, just so we can sort of see what's going on with it, to be honest. Anyway, not the point. The point being... Well, what's the point? If I have to say. The point being is that glitter and sequins get absolutely everywhere. And as much as I love glittery makeup, like the aesthetic of it, it's a real pain when it's like glittery face paint. Like, the extent I go to is having slightly glittery eyeshadow. But even then, I don't go that crazy with the glittery eyeshadow. Like, I can't even imagine things like rhinestones or something. Like, actually, to be fair, I just googled glittery makeup, like, and honestly, it looks... Each of these looks amazing. But yeah, like this sort of thing. Like, where you stick the glitter around your eye, but essentially. Which is what we had. It's sort of just like, how do you... What are you going to do with that? Like, how do you clean that up properly? You really got to have a biodegradable one. If I was better at doing eyeshadow, then perhaps I would do some of these looks. I think it's probably I need a better eyeshadow, and probably an eyeshadow primer. Because I do have some very colourful eyeshadows, but it doesn't show up very well. Like, I tried it a few times, and I can't get that solid colour. Eco glitter. See, that's what it's all about. Eco-friendly glitter. Otherwise, it's not so great for our ecosystem, eh? Rock glitter. This one looks like when I tried to, like, clean up my glitter and it just got scattered everywhere. Oh my gosh, this person put their entire upper body basically with glitter and rhinestones. I cannot imagine how you properly clean that up. Like, as much as I like the look, it just seems like too much effort unless it's a real big event, to be honest. But I don't know. Obviously there are a lot of big events, so who am I to judge if you are celebrating something like that? And it's a very sort of festival thing, though. It does feel a bit weird, because it does look like just sort of like a crescent, not even a crescent shape, but it's a lot thicker than a crescent shape. Just like on your face, you know? Like, maybe the way I describe it is almost like you have an imprint of, you know, like if you wear ski goggles or something a long time and you have it sort of like pressed up against your face. That's kind of it. That's a good photo of me, actually. I'm just looking through my photos now. Anyway, I think I'll sort of round this episode off here. I know it's a bit short, but it's also, you have to forgive me, it's quite late. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscriptions, shares greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.